Sports.
We are the Fourth. We are the West.
Welcome to Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. I'm Rick Renner. As every great Rangers fan knows, you got to come to the ballpark early and stay until the final at bat. You never know what the most dramatic team in all of baseball will do next. The Comeback Kids go for the sweep of Seattle, coming up next on Fox Sports Southwest.
First place, Texas Ranger program's right here.
The last home game for the Rangers in quite a while on the last of this three-game series as they look for their third sweep of the year against the Seattle Mariners. And welcome, Dave Barnett, along with Tom Green. You really don't know what is an insurmountable lead for the Rangers these days, and especially if Josh Hamilton is going to come up in the final inning for the Rangers, because last night, for the third time in a month, he provided a walk-off hit.
Yeah, and Josh has done that in the last month. But in order for him to do that, other guys have to be playing well, too. Other guys have to be on base. It's been an exciting month. It's been a really exciting homestand. Since July 9th, Josh is hitting .330. He's knocked in 17 runs. 2 of those were against Andrew Bailey with a home run to win a ball game. One was on a ground ball to shortstop that scored Elvis from second base. And one was a soft line drive to left field last night that scored Ian Kinsler. So he's had some big hits. He's contributing, and the whole offense is doing a great job of mixing together and scoring runs.
And tonight we see what Derek Holland has in store. He has a league-leading 4 shutouts. In the last 2 months, he's also had 3 very early exits. And tonight it is Holland against Jason Vargas, who's second in the league with 3 shutouts. So the Rangers go for the sweep. The lineups in the first pitch are next. homestand indeed for the Rangers, taking 2 of 3 from the Indians. The walk-off on Friday night, last night, and in between, Michael Young with his 2,000th career hit. And tonight, the last night in this heat for quite some time. We'll see how hot it is when the Rangers return home, which will not be until August 22nd when they open a long homestand with 4 games against the Boston Red Sox. Travel day tomorrow, and then on the West Coast for 3 against Oakland, 4 against the Angels, and then 3 with the Chicago White Sox through a week from Sunday. So a 10-game, 10-day road trip. But the business tonight, take care of the Mariners and see if they can pick up some ground on the Angels, who are losing at Yankee Stadium in the top of the 4th, 3-0. Let's go down and welcome Leslie McCaslin. Leslie.
Hey guys, well, Derek Cullen has had some up and downs this season. Some downs like his last outing against Cleveland when he pitched less than 2 innings and gave up 5 runs. But he's also had an incredible 4 complete game shutouts, and one of those came in his last appearance versus Seattle.
It's mainly just to get myself prepared for the next outing, and that's what I'm doing now, which obviously I got to take on the Mariners, and I know what happened with them out in Seattle, so I'm sure that they want to get me as well, so I got to make sure to stay on my toes and be ready.
The good news is Holland has been able to bounce back. When he gave up 5 runs in less than an inning on July 2nd, he backed that up with going back-to-back complete game shutouts in the next 2 starts. Back to you.
That's right, and he does have the least potent offense in the major leagues to deal with tonight in this Seattle Mariner team, playing the lowest scoring games in the American League since the DH was instituted in 1973. Eric Wedge's lineup tonight. Southwest Airlines brings you the Mariners starters with a late change. Ichiro leading off at DH. Luis Rodriguez in for Jack Wilson, who is out with fatigue. Dustin Ackley batting 3rd and 2nd. Mike Carp clean up at 1st. Miguel Olivo doing the catching. Franklin Gutierrez moves up to 6th. Casper Wells just over from the Tigers is in right field. Kyle Seager batting 8th and 3rd, and another rookie, Trayvon Robinson, batting 9th. In left field as Derek Holland tries to join Alexi Ogando in the 11-win club.
We talked about Derek's season has been solid. He's 10-4. It's been a little inconsistent, but when he's at the top of his game, it's really a high. 4 shutouts this year. In his last 6 starts, he's 4-0. Against Seattle, he's pitched really well. 2-0, a 1.80 ERA in the 2 games that he's pitched against them. 1 was a shutout. We talked about the inconsistencies. He's had 2 starts in his last 7 that were less than 2 innings. Another start was 5 1/3, where he gave up 4 or 5 runs. But in his last 7 starts, 4 of those starts, 33 innings and no earned runs.
Ichiro sends that one softly into center field, and a little bloop base hit to begin the game for Seattle. Defensively, here's how the Rangers will line up tonight. David Murphy in the outfield and left. Hamilton is in center and Cruz in right. Young, Andrews, Kinsler, and Moreland in the infield. And Yorvi Torrealba doing the catching with Mike Napoli again in the lineup as the DH. So Ichiro with just his 3rd hit of the series at first base, and here is Luis Rodriguez, just up from AAA Tacoma on Monday. Plays Brendan Ryan, who went on the DL with a shoulder injury. Rodriguez, 31, out of San Carlos, Venezuela. Spent some time with Minnesota, 05 through 07, the Padres 08 and 09. And the Mariners signed him as a minor league free agent in November. There goes Ichiro, and he is in there with his 30th stolen base, and that makes 10 30 stolen base seasons for Ichiro Suzuki, the 16th man in baseball history to accomplish that.
He had a good lead and a good jump, and you know, for a long time Ichiro's done that. Bloop one in somewhere and steal second. I don't think I've ever seen anyone in 40 years swing a magic wand better than he does. He can find a hole, boy.
Almost at will. So an RBI opportunity for Rodriguez, who has never faced Derek Holland before tonight. Mariners trying to avoid being swept for the third time this year by the Rangers. They are 2-10 so far in the season series. Rangers took 3 here week 1. 4 right after the All-Star break at Safeco Field. And Holland again misses low, and among his first 5 pitches, 4 have missed the strike zone. The other was the base hit by Ichiro.
Yeah, that's not good. You don't want to walk Rodriguez right here. He's only playing tonight because Jack Wilson was scratched from the lineup. He's hitting 167. Well, throw it 60 miles an hour down the middle of the plate if you have to.
95 but high, and a 4-pitch walk, and there are 2 on with no out for Dustin Ackley.
Time for one of Ron Washington's pep talks. His last start was 1 2/3 innings. That was against Cleveland. 6 hits in that game and 1 walk. It caused Ron to have to use the whole bullpen. Scott Feldman had to pitch 3 or 4 innings in that game. Well, you make up for it if you get a ground ball double play right here. You want to cut the damage here. You got the first 2 men on, but you got a couple of left-hand hitters coming up. Left-hand hitters against Derek have hit .214, .113 in the last 11 starts. So make some good pitches. Lefties have had a hard time hitting them.
Well, here's Ackley, their first-round pick 2 years ago, and that one misses low. Joe West, the crew chief, is umpiring behind the plate tonight with Sam Holbrook at first, Paul Schreiber at second, and Chad Fairchild at third. And Ackley, 1 for his last 13. That's in there for a strike. In this series, 1 for 7, a couple of walks, only 1 ball out of the infield in the first 2 games. Part of this extremely young Seattle team. He's one of 5 rookies in their lineup for the 5th consecutive game. That's been the case for Eric Wedge. He fouls the curve back, and it's 1-2. Holland ahead of his first batter.
The off day tomorrow is going to come at a good time. Bullpen is pretty well rested for tonight's game, but they've pitched a lot. It'd be nice to have an off day before you start that long, tough road trip. There's a good pitch. Got him to swing at it anyway. Division games against Oakland, 4 against the Angels. It'll be a tough stretch early next week. But you want the bullpen to be ready to go for that series.
So there's the first out. Ackley down swinging. And here is another rookie, Mike Carp, working on a career high 10-game hitting streak in which he's hitting .341, a homer and 8 runs batted in the streak. That began July 30th. And now Holland finally zeroing in on the strike zone. Mike Carp came over in the trade from the Mets and also brought Seattle's starting pitcher tonight, Jason Vargas, and Andy Chavez from the Mets to Seattle a couple of years ago. J.J. Putz moving east.
Atta boy. Struggled in the at-bat to Rodriguez. Walked him on 4 pitches, but he's come back and made some quality pitches. The breaking ball over to Carp. Paints the outside corner at 96 miles an hour. And had no balls and 2 strikes. Good opportunity to make a quality pitch.
Could be an ending double play. Andrews to Moreland in time, and it's 6-3. And Holland is out of the first inning jam. It didn't take Ron Washington this time, just talking to from Andrews and Torey Alba. Nothing for the Mariners, and the Rangers coming to bat. On Fox Sports Southwest is brought to you by your Texas Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. By the Progressive Insurance Group. For money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. By Jack in the Box. Come try the new Jumbo Breakfast Platter for just $2.99. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards. Unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. 102 degrees tonight. That is 3 degrees cooler than last night, which was the hottest game on record in Seattle Mariners history. 1 degree from the record here at the ballpark. And here's Ian Kinsler. Big night last night to leave things off against Jason Vargas. Ian with a 2-run home run in the 7th, snapping a 5 for 52. Then he had the leadoff walk in the 9th and scored the game winner on that Hamilton single. And it's 0-2 as Jason Vargas comes in with half of his 6-win shutouts.
Yeah, he could be a lot better than 6-10, but they only score about 3 runs a game for him. 14 out of his 23 starts, they've scored 2 earned runs or less. Got off to a really good start through the All-Star break, but he's struggled a little bit in his last 6 starts. He's 0-5. One of those starts was against the Rangers. 6 innings, 12 hits, 5 runs. They hit 3 home runs off him in Seattle.
Into center field, base hit for Kinsler.
Oh, he's going with the off-speed pitches. Hasn't thrown much. I don't think any of those are fastballs. That was 78 miles an hour.
Hope it's not his fastball.
We're less than 83 miles an hour.
Here's the rest of the Southwest Airlines starting lineup for the Rangers. We'll now see Elvis Andrus. And then Josh Hamilton, Michael Young again in the cleanup spot batting third. Nelson Cruz in right, Mike Napoli DHing, Torey Alba, Moreland, and Murphy 7, 8, and 9. Here's Elvis, who ended his season-high 12-game hitting streak only because he was used as a pinch hitter last night and did not come up with a hit. Showing bunt here, and he takes a strike. Elvis over that 12-game hitting streak was a little over 300, average up to 278. And Kinsler at first base, running again after several weeks without an attempted stolen base. This will be 2, however, as Rodriguez catches the liner and doubles Kinsler off first.
And third, the center fielder, number 32, Josh Hamilton.
Jabbed him a little bit, but still a nice play by Rodriguez. He probably threw that ball a lot quicker than he needed to. Wasn't aware of where Kinsler was. Kinsler was almost to second base. All he had to do was stand up and lob it. Instead, he wheeled and fired it. Risked throwing it over the first baseman's head.
And strike 1 to Hamilton, a hero again last night. Josh now one of 4 major leaguers this year with at least 3 game-ending hits. Justin Upton of the Diamondbacks leads with 4. Josh, Carl Crawford, and Danny Valencia each have 3. Rolls over this one, and Karp hurries it to Vargas just in time with a sliding Hamilton. So the leadoff single by Kinsler, but the double play, the close play at first. Nothing for the Rangers, scoreless after 1.
Hey, guys, hanging out in the community corner. I know I've had a lot of people ask me, where's Jim Knox? Don't worry about him. He'll be back for the next homestand. He's bungee jumping in Lake Tahoe. When we're talking about the community, nobody does the community bigger than Nolan Ryan. This, just last night, about 100 fans enjoyed an intimate evening with the Texas Rangers legend Nolan Ryan. The attendees purchased this experience at the Park Place dealership's Texas Rangers Triple Play or online and enjoyed a special dinner, photos with the legend, and a question and answer session, which Nolan loves so much, and it benefits the Texas Rangers Baseball Foundation. For more information, go to TexasRangers.com. And, guys, I got to tell you, we're having fun up here. You never know who you're going to bump into up here. The great Tim Crabtree, former Texas Ranger, hanging out with a bunch of guys. What's going on up here?
Well, we got our 7U baseball team out here, Select Baseball. We're called the Powerhouse Express. And actually, these guys were USSSA state champions in the North Zone this year.
Well, congratulations to you guys. Nice job with all that. By the way, Tim is a police officer at DFW Airport, so I'm well guarded up here with his people. Back over to you guys.
Yes, you should feel very safe. And Tim also an up-and-coming broadcaster, filled in for the Blue Jays radio crew when they were here not long ago. I understand did a very good job. 0-2 to Miguel Olivo leading off the second.
Olivo had a good game last night. He's a guy that strikes out quite a bit and doesn't walk, but he had a lot of good at-bats in last night's game.
Two for three. And strikeouts as Holland goes off speed, his second strikeout.
Had him set up for that. He just kind of flicked an outside 97-mile-an-hour fastball to stay in the count, and geared up for something hard. He wasn't able to wait on the slow curveball. And nice comeback for Derek. He walked Rodriguez on 4 straight pitches to put men on first and second with nobody out, and then came back and threw the ball great. A couple of strikeouts and a double play. Settled down, got it back.
And here's Franklin Gutierrez, who's had a good series. He's gotten his average up from 195 to 207, going 2 for 3 and 2 for 4 with a couple of doubles. Yankees have now extended their lead to 5-0. Still batting bottom of the fourth against a spot starter just up. Garrett Richards on the mound for the Angels. Against Ivan Nova, who has 2-hit the Angels through 4. Jared Weaver serving his suspension. And 3 balls to the strike to Gutierrez. Gutierrez, a rare veteran in this lineup. He'll be followed by 3 straight rookies, Wells, Seager, and Robinson. Up the middle, and the second base hit for the Mariners off of Derek Holland. And for Gutierrez, his 5th hit in 8 at-bats against Ranger pitching this week.
It's a good example. When you get behind in the count and then you groove a fastball, you turn an average or to below average hitter into an above average hitter. He's able to look fastball all the way, 95 miles an hour, but right in the center square. That adds up to a well hit ball up the middle. Make the same pitch some other time in the count, chances are he's not quite that aggressive. And another example of why every pitching coach will tell their pitchers, get ahead in the count.
Casper Wells now playing his 8th game since being acquired in the trade with Detroit. That brought Charlie Furbush, who started the first game of this series, and sent Doug Fister and David Pauling from Seattle to the Tigers. And Wells has hits in 5 of his first 7 games in a Mariner uniform. On the year, 5 homers and 17 runs batted in. It's been a big difference in Derek Holland's numbers here at the ballpark and on the road this year. More than 2 earned runs per game. His home ERA is 5.55. And on the road, it's 3.42. That's in there, and it's 1-1 to Wells. But he has pitched very well against Seattle. 8 games, 4 starts, 4-1, 289 earned run average. This year, 2-0. And just 3 earned runs now in 15 in the 3rd innings. That includes 15 strikeouts and 3 walks. So he has had his good command when he's faced the Mariners this year and shut them out last time he saw him on July 14th. Two and 2 to Wells. He was playing at his home state. He's from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Tigers got him in the 14th round out of Towson State in 2005. Took him 6 years to get to AAA. Finally above that. Couple of stints with Detroit beginning May of a year ago.
Gutierrez is a pretty good base runner. He's got some pretty good speed. Obviously must if he's a center fielder. 8 out of 10 stealing bases. Derek gave up a stolen base to Ichiro. He's doing what he can to make sure that Gutierrez doesn't get a good jump on him.
Wells checks his swing. Sam Holbrook confirms that, and it's 3-2. The third 3-ball count for Holland among the first 7 batters he has faced. When the Rangers last saw the Mariners, they were right in the middle of what became their franchise worst stretch ever. And they've been playing since 1977. They lost 17 straight. And with Gutierrez running, there is ball 4. And now Mike Maddox will come out and do the talking. First inning, first 2 reached. Ichiro on a single and a steal. Rodriguez on a walk. Torrealba and Andrews met Holland on the mound. And he responded by striking out Ackley and getting Carp to ground into a double play. Here, after the strikeout of Olivo, it's Maddox to talk about Gutierrez now at second and Wells at first and Kyle Seager the next batter. 29 pitches, 15 strikes to start the night for Holland. So not a long visit by Maddox, and Seager is ready. He was not in the lineup until Jack Wilson was scratched with what was called fatigue. And goes after the first pitch here.
A good rip by Seager right there, the 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
Seager in the lineup last night, batting 9th, and went 0 for 4 with a couple of groundouts, a couple of strikeouts.
And it had to be a frustrating game for Seattle last night. They have 6 runs early in the game. That's a huge output for them. They only averaged 3 runs. They have Pineda on the mound and end up not winning the ball game. They would have won a lot of games this year if they could have scored 6 runs more often.
Up the middle and taking it on a hop is Holland. They will hold Gutierrez at third as Jeff Datz puts up the brakes, and the Mariners now have loaded the bases with 1 out here in the 2nd inning.
Oh, a well hit ball by Seager. Hamilton was kind of caught between trying to charge it or whether to wait back. And I think the ball probably was hit hard enough to where it carried a little bit more than Josh thought it was going to carry. I don't think he would have caught it anyway. I think he made the right play by waiting back on it rather than trying to shoestring it, having get by, score a run, the other guys move up into scoring position. This way, you keep the double play in order. You got a chance to pitch your way out of the inning.
Trayvon Robinson 0 for 3 each of the first 2 games here and 2 for 18 on the road trip. Did come up with his first major league home run Saturday against the Angels' Tyler Chatwood. Talented rookie over in a 3-team deal that sent Eric Bedard to the Red Sox. Robinson coming from the Dodgers to Boston, only to be shipped to Seattle after making the Pacific Coast League All-Star team with Albuquerque in the Dodgers system. Strikeout prone in the minors, and again strikeout prone at his first exposure to major league pitching. Robinson at Albuquerque this year at excellent numbers, hit almost 300, 26 homers, 71 runs batted in, but struck out in about a third of his at bats. So when he made contact, good things happened for him. But contact was usually a challenge. Holland with 2 strikeouts already.
Yeah, he's got 2 in perfect spot for a third one right here.
I won't go chasing that one in the dirt, and it's 2-2. Gutierrez at third after a 1-out single. Wells at second after his walk, and Seager at first after his single to center. 3 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and a double play grounder the first 8 batters faced. And this has Holland going home, not in time. Gutierrez is home, and it's 1-0 Seattle. On a swinging bunt, Robinson gets his second major league run batted in.
You got a simple play at the plate. All you got to do is catch it in your bare hand. Catch it in your bare hand. It's hardly even rolling. Just flip it home for an easy out. It's in his glove and can't get it out of his glove. He talked about the Rangers making a lot of errors, and unfortunately a lot of them have been made by the pitchers, and that's a simple play right there. All you got to do is catch it and throw it home. That ball's hardly even rolling.
Yeah, we saw he never got it out of his hand at all, so it is fielder's choice, and they are charging an error to Holland, so that takes the RBI from Robinson. And here's Ichiro, who began the game with a single and then stole second base.
Try it again.
Instant replay. That worked a little bit better. Wells gone down at the plate.
You know, you'll say in the course of a baseball game about once a week, there's one you don't see very often. 2 little tappers back to the mound with the bases loaded. One was booted. Fortunately, the second one wasn't booted.
So they are still loaded. Still only the 1 run in, and here is Rodriguez, who walked on 4 pitches. It's now Seager at third, Robinson at second, and Ichiro at first.
And the Mariners are having a hard time scoring. That's one of the guys that you're counting on right there. When you come up with the bases loaded early in the game and a chance to break the game open is Ichiro. Paying him $15 or $20 million a year.
He has only driven in 27 runs this year.
Well, that wasn't much of an at bat right there.
There's a ball and a strike to Rodriguez. Like a lot of the Mariners, he's gone back and forth between Seattle and their AAA Tacoma franchise. Also spent some time, about 6 weeks on the disabled list, until the first of this month with a sprained right elbow. Holland with his usual velocity, hitting 94, 95.
He hurt himself with a defensive play, otherwise out of the inning. And, you know, just trying to find the strike zone a little more consistently. He's out there battling on a hot night. There's a good pitch.
Benefit of the call there by Joe West.
Tough one to hit right there.
So it's 2-2, and Derek is strike away from getting out of the second inning, which has had the bases loaded, it seems like, for about half an hour now. They've only gotten one run home, though. And it was because of his error. He went around. So Holland extricates himself from a day that could have been a lot worse. Seattle gets a run on 2 hits in air, and they leave him loaded. Areas when purchased on TexasRangers.com, and all Wednesday games feature dollar hot dogs. Don't miss it Wednesday, August 24th against Boston. Get your tickets at TexasRangers.com/specials today. Derek Holland has thrown 43 pitches through his 2 innings, but allowed only the 1 run. Jason Vargas throws his 10th, and it's a strike to Michael Young leading off the bottom of the second.
That's 43 pitches for Derek with a double play.
Vargas has had difficulty with Michael, but a line drive caught by Carp, and that is 2 line drive outs among the first 4 batters. Andrews lined into a 6-3 double play caught by Rodriguez in the first.
Well, the way that Vargas is throwing right now, that's not going to be the last line drive. He doesn't have much zip on his fastball. I think the highest one has been about 84 miles an hour. So he's going to have good location and mix in a lot of off-speed pitches successfully to hold the Rangers down. But sometimes left-hand pitchers without good fastballs are able to do that against the Rangers.
Yeah, there are a number of examples of that we could cite. Brett Cecil. Nelson Cruz.
Cecil at least can pop it up there at 91 or 92.
That one misses, and it's 2-0 to Nelly. Vargas normally is going to be at least in the low 90s. But soft tossing just pitch after pitch so far here.
Yeah, he can reach the low 90s. I think he's probably usually more around 86 or 88. He's not a hard thrower to begin with. But he might be a little bit lower today.
Cruz out ahead of that one at 78 and a full count.
He's always had a really good changeup. Good assortment of off-speed pitches. You just have to lay off them.
And Cruz lays off that one, works a walk. He's aboard with 1 out for Mike Napoli.
And 6th designated hitter,
Napoli on base 8 of his last 12 plate appearances over the last 3 games. 3 for 7 with 4 walks. And 8 for 20 lifetime against Jason Vargas.
In Vargas's last start, he pitched against the Angels. Pitched 6 innings in that game. Didn't give up a run, but he threw 111 pitches in 6 innings.
First base, Sam Holbrook says Napoli did not go. Keith Vargas in that game keeping the ball down, and it ended his 5-game losing streak. The no decision, disappointing, but at least he didn't take the loss. There goes Cruz. Olivo's throw offline and late, and Nelson Cruz steals second base. Nelly now 8 out of 12 in the stolen base department.
A pretty good jump, and the throw's obviously offline. Would have taken a perfect throw to get him. Yeah, Vargas didn't give up a run in his last start, but he gave up a lot of runs in the 4 prior starts. 34 hits and 18 runs in 18 innings in those 4 starts.
3-0. Once again, Cruz. And Olivo afterwards claiming that Mike Napoli was in his way.
Yeah, he never moved. He didn't lean in. Didn't interfere, never moved. Or the pitch was inside. That caused him to be close to Napoli when he had to throw the ball.
Swing away there at 3-0.
Mike had a couple of balls last night that he just missed. One to left field on a hanging slider from Pineda, and one to center field late in the ball game that he skied out to Gutierrez. And he hasn't missed many of them over the last month.
Major League's top hitter going back to the 4th of July at 4:09. And that is in there. It's 3-2.
A little more life on the fastball for Vargas right there at 86. And one thing he has to do with the changeups and off-speed pitches that he throws, and it wasn't a strike, but it was close to a strike, is he has to throw the ball in. He has to use his fastball in to keep the hitter from being comfortable reaching for the off-speed pitches out over the plate.
Just enough to keep alive at 3-2. Vargas has never had a whole lot of luck against the Rangers. 10 games, 8 of them starts. Just 2-4 with a .462 earned run average. He's never won here in 5 games. 4 of them starts. 0-2, a .474 earned run average. 6 feet 215. He is 28 out of Apple Valley, California. Son of a high school baseball coach. Grew up around the game. Started his college career at LSU. Moved to Cypress Junior College. Finished up at Long Beach State as the #2 starter on the staff that was headed by Jared Weaver. And Napoli knew it. He took strike 3.
He had a little extra on his fastball. That's more where he normally is, 86 to 88. Finds the inside corner at 87 miles an hour. And it looks like Joe West is giving that pitch a little bit off the plate inside to the pitcher, which is fine. Just a matter of being able to hit that spot. Vargas hit it twice on the 3-1 and 3-2 pitches to Mike Napoli.
And he's given it to Derek Holland already as well. So pitcher's zone for Joe West. 2 outs. Cruz still at second. Here's Yorvi Torrealba on a big hit, a game-tying double in the 8th inning last night. Career high 25th double. He is hammering out the doubles every night, it seems. 6 in the first 7 games in August, 15 of them in his last 30 games. And another Ranger who's had excellent success against Vargas coming into this 4 for 8. 86 again. That's pretty close to top velocity we've seen so far from him, and it's 0-2. Vargas originally drafted by Florida in the second round of the 2004 draft out of Long Beach State. Moved to the Mets November of 06, and then on to that multiplayer deal, which included Carp and Chavez to Seattle. Did that chase Jim Sundberg?
No, he's on his way back in. I think it'd take more than that. I hope to chase.
I would hope so. We're the first family down there, the former first family with the Ryans.
Seems like every time the first family and Nolan are down in that section, foul balls find their way that direction.
It really does. And Vargas takes care of Torrealba off speed. So Cruz in scoring position, but strikeouts of Napoli and Torrealba. And through two, it's 1-0 Mariners. Insurance, where 15 minutes can save you 15% on car insurance. And by AT Rethink Possible. Derek Holland has been in trouble literally since the first batter of the game, but he has allowed only one run. He has left 4 on, including the bases loaded in the second, in which he threw 30 pitches. So this is going to be his 44th pitch of the night. And it is high to Dustin Ackley, who struck out swinging his first time up.
It's one thing to struggle against the Yankees, struggle against the Red Sox, but this is a team you shouldn't struggle against. And the key is just make your pitches, throw strikes, stay ahead in the count, and the rest will fall into place. And the other thing is you want to keep your pitch count down so you don't have to go to the bullpen early.
Very much a key for Ron Washington. One hopper. Andrews not in time, and Ackley shows his speed as he beats out an infield single to lead off the Mariner third.
He does have good speed, and he gets down to first base quickly. He turns routine balls into close plays. That ball was not a hard hit ball. Got a little bit of spin on it. Strong throw from Elvis, but he beat it. You know, the ball that Ichiro hit to start the first inning was just a little blooper. And that's just a little ground ball to shortstop, but chalk that one up to Ackley's speed, how quickly he got down there.
Holland uses that wide outside corner to Carp, who lined into a 6-3 double play to end the first. Ackley has been compared to Ichiro in his ability to get out of the box almost on contact. And he's been clocked in just under 4 seconds to first base. Rangers would not dispute that.
In my opinion, he's going to be a better hitter than Ichiro. He's not going to get as many hits as Ichiro. May not hit 330, but he's going to hit more balls hard. He's going to drive the ball.
Well, that's quite a projection there. Better hitter than Ichiro.
Yeah, you know, and that's kind of a stupid thing to say because Ichiro's a 330 hitter, but I'm just talking about a middle of the order guy who can at some point in time maybe hit 35, 45 doubles, maybe hit 25 or 30 home runs, maybe knock in 100 runs. That's the kind of potential that he has. And to me, that's a better hitter than someone that gets 200 hits and 180 of them are singles.
More productive hitter.
In my opinion, it is.
Ackley running as Hamilton races back, looks up, and this one is gone. Mike Karp with a 2-run home run has made it 3-0. And he did it on an 0-2 pitch, his 4th home run. 18 runs batted in now. This game is not starting well at all for Holland.
Well, he's ahead in the count, but then you get the hanging slider, belt high. Perfect pitch to get your arms extended. Don't have to worry about 95-mile-an-hour velocity. Don't have to worry about the location. It's like a batting practice pitch.
Strike one to Olivo. This one lands 411 feet. And Olivo sends Cruz back to the edge of the warning track.
One thing we know for sure about the Rangers, especially in this homestand, they'll come back from a deficit. Derek can get it together, pitch deeper into the ball game, keep it right here. The Rangers will figure out a way to get back in the game.
Yeah, they were down 3 after 3 last night. It was 6-3. But the Mariners didn't score after the 3rd. Gutierrez scored their first run in the 2nd. Reached on a single, came home on the fielder's choice off the bat of Robinson, and the error when Holland couldn't get it from his glove to his throwing hand to get a play at the plate on him. Franklin now 5 for 8 against Ranger pitching this series. 56th pitch will be next for Holland. That is a lot of pitches to get 7 outs. 3 runs on 5 hits now for the Mariners. And Tom, really, Derek doesn't seem to have established any one pitch that he knows he can get in there at this point.
No, he's kind of battling the command issue right now. Made a lot of good pitches, but he's also thrown a lot of pitches. And you know, in his defense, the hit that started the inning by Ackley was just a little soft one-hop line drive to shortstop that Ackley beat out. Ichiro's hit was a little blooper, and then the pitch to Karp was just a hanging slider. He just made a bad pitch right there. Karp was able to drive it out of the ballpark.
Now Gutierrez works the count full.
I think for any pitcher, though, it all starts with command of your fastball, especially someone like Derek, who has a mid-90s fastball. If you can command that, keep it on the corners, move it from one side of the plate to the other, then everything else falls into place.
Oh, bailed out there as Gutierrez chases a neck-high fastball. There's the 2nd out and the 4th strikeout.
But without fastball command, it's tough. Gets him to chase a high fastball right there. Want to thank Sherry and Ron Walton from Amarillo for the walnut brownie with cream cheese dish that they sent. Thank you, Sherry, for that. Sherry also asks the question, how do you guys know what to wear as far as golf shirts, sport coats, ties, and generally, Sherry, it depends on the weather. If it's usually around 85 degrees or above, then we'll wear a short sleeve shirt. And if it's a little cooler than that, which you'll see on the road, then we'll generally go with a coat and tie.
Well, Casper Wells strokes a base hit after walking his first time up.
Also, Jimmy and Marie Lynham celebrating their 55th wedding anniversary today at the ballpark. Congratulations, Jimmy and Marie.
Who was it, Sherry, that asked the clothing question?
Yes.
Sherry, the answer
Sherry
is
Walton.
I wear what Tom Green tells me to wear. It's very simple.
Well, I'm kind of going along with our boss's wishes on what they want us to wear. I think they would prefer us to wear a coat and tie every game, and we'd be glad to do that. It's just too hot to do it here. So we invoke the 85 or 90 degree rule.
Well, Kyle Seager flies out to Murphy, but Mike Harp extends the lead with a 2-run home run, and it's 3-0 Mariners. Connect, the ultimate online experience for fans. Log on to take part in the most interactive forum during Rangers games. Stats, trends, exclusive analysis, and live Twitter feeds. Plus, you can even share your thoughts with the game broadcast. Fox Sports Game Connect, now available on FoxSportsSouthwest.com. One of our best dressed fans down there enjoying the nachos. Invented just across the way at Old Arlington Stadium. Mitch Moreland leads off the Ranger third, trailing 3-0, out hit 6-1. And strike one from Vargas. Moreland 0 for 1 last night, but he tied his career high with 3 walks, one of which was intentional, and scored twice. And the walks have been coming for Mitch. 7 in his last 5 games after 3 in his previous 25 games. And it is no accident. He was saying before the game that he's talking with Scott Coolbaugh, who's been working with him quite a bit since taking over, and told Mitch, you just look tight, loosen up, don't try and hit every pitch out. Another hard hit out here as Ackley is able to flag that one down.
All you got to do is you keep hitting the ball hard like the Rangers have hit 3 of these balls, and eventually they'll start finding some holes. And I think that was great advice that Scott gave. Looking back on it, that's exactly what it looked like. It just looked like he was pressing a little bit. And all sometimes you have to do is take a deep breath and relax and let your natural talent come through. I can remember a time distinctly at the old ballpark, and I was in a terrible streak. Who knows what it was. And I felt the same way. You feel like you're never going to get a hit again. You're nervous. You're bearing down. You're swinging at pitches out of the strike zone. And some fan just yelled, for heaven's sakes, relax. And it hit me. You know what? You're exactly right. If you can see that from the stands, it's got to be true. And so, you say you're right. It's a game. Take a deep breath and relax. And I'd like to say I went on to hit 350 that year, but it didn't quite happen. But it improved and got a lot better because of that. So I think that's good advice for any player in any sport.
2-2 to David Murphy. Well, that's exactly the word Mitch used. He said, I was pressing. That was kind of confirmed by Scott Coolbaugh. So I'm up there, not trying to kill every pitch. And the walks are coming, and the hits as a result are coming. Funny how that works.
Right. It's like the golf teachers will say, a nice relaxed swing without gripping the club as tight as you can leads to a better swing and better distance on the balls that you hit. And the same is true in baseball. That if you're up there and your forearms are tight and you're trying to swing the bat, your bat's not going to be as quick. You're going to be late. You feel like you're giving a stronger swing, but it's really not the case. That last at bat was a good at bat for Mitch. Waited on an off-speed pitch.
Murphy sends that one to Seager, who throws him out. And our Coors Light Cold Hard Blast last night, 7th inning. Ian Kinsler 5 for his last 52, but a 2-run home run off Josh Lukey. And the Ranger comeback was in gear. That made it 6-5. And the Rangers were able to tie it in the 8th, win into the 9th. Kinsler beginning that rally with a 4-pitch leadoff walk. And then scoring on the Hamilton walk-off.
And Dave, in addition to the brownies, you may not have seen it yet, we have a nice bag of peanut brittle. Thanks to the Texas Candy Kitchen for that. So we're in good shape. Although those brownies didn't last very long.
One and 2 to Ian. Same count as in the first inning when he came up with a leadoff single to center. Be really handy if he continues to hit as the Rangers head out on the road. Oakland will be traveling west from Toronto. They're leading 3-1 bottom of the 6th at Rogers Center. Angels now trailing 7-1 in the top of the 7th at Yankee Stadium. They're being 4 hit by Ivan Nova. And Kinsler works the walk.
Well, that's the key. You don't swing at the off-speed pitches down and out of the strike zone. Throws a lot of them too. Throws, it looks almost like half and half between fastballs at 85 and 86 and changeups at 79 or 78.
And the same thing we were just saying about Mitch Moreland is also true of Ian Kinsler. That's his 10th walk in the last 2 games. The previous 15 games he had taken 2 walks. So he's getting on base more. Pretty important as the leadoff hitter. And coming around to score more often. Elvis, first time up, smashed a line drive caught by Rodriguez, who threw from his sitting position to double off Kinsler at first for the double play. One of a number of hard hit outs off of Vargas.
I think from a right-hand hitter's standpoint, it's not a bad idea to try to go back through the middle, try to hit the ball to right center field. His fastball is sneaky because of all the changeups that he throws. But I think if you go up there to try to pull the ball, it just leaves you a little more susceptible to his off-speed pitch. It's tougher to wait on him.
Outside, a ball and a strike. Angels with a run down the 7th. It is 7-2. White Sox and Baltimore now tied at 4 with a 3-run 7th inning by Chicago. Baltimore batting the bottom of the 7th. And 2-1 to Elvis. Cleveland and Detroit 1-2 in the Central, playing at Progressive Field, and it is 10-3 Indians. They have 2 and are still batting in the bottom of the 6th inning, trying to get within 2 games of the Tigers.
I had to go to bed before their game ended last night. I watched it into the 12th inning. Ended up a 14-inning win for Cleveland, 3-2.
Irvin over Pauly, former Mariner.
Game ended on a hit batter with the bases loaded in the 14th inning.
David Pauly on the mound at the moment for the Tigers. Center field, and that one sends Gutierrez to the warning track under it. And there is another hard hit out number 3 in the Rangers' 3rd. 1 man left, 3-0 Seattle. Texas hospitality for entertaining clients, celebrating a special occasion, or relaxing with friends. For your group of 10 to 200 to watch a Rangers game in style, visit TexasRangers.com/suites or call 972-RANGERS. Some of the best seats in the house. Derek Holland has thrown 62 pitches through 3. And the number 9 hitting Trayvon Robinson to lead off the Seattle 4th. Robinson dribbled the fielder's choice with the bases loaded. This time he swings and hits one deep into the left field corner, and he one-hops the wall. So a leadoff double for Robinson. First major league double.
It's pretty safe to say that the difference between a good start and a bad start, provided you're not hurt, is the location of your pitches. And I think that's exactly what the case is with Derek tonight. He just hasn't located his pitches the way he does when he's pitching a really strong game. Pretty much as simple as that.
That is 7 base hits for Seattle, and their 6, 7, 8, and 9 hitters all have a hit. Ichiro got one leading off the game, and dribbled the fielder's choice grounder that Holland was able to get the out on with the bases loaded and home. Fishing for that one. Every Mariner has been on base now except Miguel Olivo, who has struck out and flied to right. There's that wide outside corner, and it's 1-2. Derek on regular rest too. He's 5-0 with 4 days rest. 277 earned run average. Broken bat roller. Moreland to Holland covering. Ichiro is the first out of the 4th inning, but he gets Robinson to third base, and that gets us to Rick Renner.
Hey guys, I'm here with a familiar face. People remember this guy in the Texas Rangers organization, Brad Horn. He's a guy, a TCU grad, now working for the Hall of Fame up in Cooperstown, the Senior Director of Communications. What are you doing in the house tonight?
Well, history happens every day at a ballpark, and it's great that Michael Young collected his 2000th career hit on Sunday. Happened to be headed on the West Coast back east and stopped in Darlington tonight to take home a new treasure for the Hall of Fame collection, the jersey worn by Michael Young on Sunday when he collected the 2000th hit of his big league career. A great milestone, and really gives us the ability in Cooperstown to further document this great Texas Ranger team and the run of success that they've had in the last few years.
Yeah, getting a lot of stuff going to the Hall of Fame with the World Series last year.
Absolutely. What a great time to be back here in October last year for me and to celebrate the team. Mitch Moreland, we took the bat that he used in hitting a home run in the World Series as a rookie to symbolize that great feat. The ceremonial first pitch ball thrown by President 43 and signed by 41 and 43, both George Bush and George H.W. Bush. That kind of signified Texas World Series like anything else. So that was a great artifact to collect as well. Some dirt from the first World Series game played here in North Texas, and we hope that it's just a sign of more things to come this season and in October.
You used to work under John Blake, Media Relations Director here. What did you learn from him?
Well, John gave me a great opportunity to learn this business, and so thankful to him for teaching me the tenacity that this business deserves, and to never really let the job be done without finishing it. So never go home before the job's done. I thank John for that and for so much more. So
good to see you. Former Horned Frog. You know, you were known as Horned Frog, and being up there in New York, I'm sure you're happy that the Horned Frogs are in the Big East. Great to see you, Brad Horn. Let's kick it back over to you guys.
All right, Rick. It'll be something worth a trip to Cooperstown to see. The Michael Young 2000 hit jersey. 1-2 here to Rodriguez with the infield in, 1 out, and Robinson at third.
Torrealba went down on both knees, didn't try to catch the ball, just used his chest to keep the ball right in front of him. This is how you block a ball. Get your glove down so it can't go between your legs. Don't try to pick it with your glove. Just block it with your chest.
Well, kept that one from getting too far away. Robinson has to stay put, and it's 2-2. Darren O'Day now up in the Ranger bullpen with Holland at 71 pitches and having allowed 3 runs on 7 hits. One of which was unearned because of his error. Here comes Young, home, Robinson in the rundown. Torrealba chases him down, rolls over him, and got the tag down for out number 2.
I hope he's okay. He's just trying to get out of the rundown any way he could. That's a tough collision when the catcher's running full speed at you. That was a good job by Torrealba. He limited the time that he stayed in the rundown, which kept Rodriguez from going to second base. Generally on that kind of a ball, you want to make sure it goes through. But that ball was an easy out. Tough collision right there all the way around, but hopefully both the guys are all right. Looks like Torrealba is, and we'll keep our fingers crossed for Robinson.
So 2 outs. Rodriguez at first. Robinson looking okay, smiling about it. If he was hoping he could somehow get Torrealba to jump over him but not tag him, and then maybe turn and sneak his way home. Ackley did not go around, according to Chad Fairchild.
There's been a lot of pitches for Derek jammed into a short period of time, but he's still throwing well. His last pitch was 96 miles an hour. Still got the velocity. It'd be a nice inning if he can pitch his way out of this. Man on third, 1 out jam. Lead off double. Good to see Robinson smiling. young player getting an opportunity at the big leagues. You don't want to see him hurt right off the bat. There's that outside pitch. Been a good place to throw the ball tonight. I think Joe West has been a little bit liberal with the call there, but it's been for both pitchers, and if it's near the outside corner, that's going to be a strike. That's established.
Now, since it is established and it's both pitchers, do hitters mind that?
Yeah, I think they do. You know, if it's consistently a strike, at least you know that if you've got 2 strikes, you're going to have to swing at it. That's good. I mean, the consistency is good. But I've always felt that basically a strike is a strike, and there's a definition of a strike zone for a reason.
Well, he nailed it down there again. It's 2-2.
Yeah, I've never bought the argument when Tom Glavine or Greg Maddux are pitching and they show that they can throw the ball 2 or 3 inches outside, one right after the other, that therefore that consistency deserves a strike. I've never bought that argument, because there's a definition of what a strike is, and it's there for a purpose. If you don't throw it in the strike zone, it shouldn't be a strike. Now those pitches, when we show the pitch tracker, they look like they're way outside. You're still talking a matter of inches, maybe an inch. So they're very close. It's not like they're impossible pitches to hit. And it's not like you're saying, man, Joe West has got a huge strike zone. Well, it might be a little liberal, but you're still talking inches.
Holland thought he had it right there.
That might have got the strike zone if it was a little bit higher. Might have got the strike call if it was a little bit higher.
Here comes his 78th pitch. And he takes care of Ackley swinging.
Attaboy, Derek.
Second time he has struck out Dustin Ackley. 5 strikeouts through 4. Keeps it 3-0. It's been quite a day for Ron Washington. Leslie McCaslin has more.
Quite a day is right. He made a trip all the way back to New Orleans earlier today to participate in a groundbreaking ceremony for an MLB Urban Youth Academy. They'll provide things like free baseball and softball lessons year-round. This is something obviously very special to Ron Washington, and that is as well with the Josh Hamilton home run.
First pitch of the 4th inning, 14th home run for Hamilton, and the Rangers are on the board.
Well, there's a line drive you can't catch unless you're a fan with a glove. The Rangers have hit several balls hard through 3 innings with only 1 hit to show for it. Well, Josh hits one where you can't make a play on it. Pitch caught the center square, and Josh caught it on the good part of the bat and drove it right out of the ballpark.
353 feet. And here's Michael Young, who lined out to carp his first time up.
Not one of Josh's longer blasts, but an effective one. Gets the Rangers on the board. Cuts that deficit to 3-1. Starts the comeback.
Very well timed. And 0-2 to Michael.
Yeah, nice job by Derek, too. Pitching out of that leadoff double. Man on third with only one out. Kept the score at 3-0. Made some good pitches.
It's only the second hit allowed by Vargas. The first was the leadoff single in the first by Ian Kinsler. A lot like that one. Let's go back down to Leslie.
All right, well, like we were saying earlier, Ron Washington did go home to New Orleans to participate in the groundbreaking ceremony for an MLB Urban Youth Academy. This was something that was very special to Ron Washington to obviously go back all the way home earlier this morning.
You know, I'm a product of a dream. My dream was to be a professional baseball player, and there are kids right now in New Orleans that have a dream to do the same thing. And I think Major League Baseball and the city council there and the government of Louisiana is doing a good job to try to help those kids' dream come true. Mine's did.
Obviously, someone gave Ron Washington a chance, he said, and now he's giving others that same opportunity.
And that's not the first time that he has participated in an event like that. Earlier in the year with the Rangers in New York, he and several others were in New Jersey to honor the memory of Jackie Robinson and get a new field established. Nelson Cruz walked, stole second, stranded at second back in the second inning. When Ron Washington was coming up, Tom, there was no RBI program, no need for one at that point, but reviving baseball in the inner cities has been established over the last couple of decades or so. And there's an alumni in this game. As that one is fielded by Seager, who turns it into a 5-4-3 double play. We're talking about is Trayvon Robinson, who is out of L.A. from the RBI program and playing left field for Seattle.
Yeah, when Ron came up, there was no RBI program, but Ron benefited because the Kansas City Royals back then had an academy where they invited young athletes, not necessarily baseball players, but young athletes that showed physical skills like running skills, throwing skills, to come to their academy and learn how to play baseball. And Ron and Frank White were both products of that.
Yeah, that was very advanced thinking on the part of the Royals. Obviously produced some great results. One right there. Napoli grounds out, but the Rangers get on the board on the Hamilton homer. coined the phrase walk-off. Phrase that has been heard quite a bit of late, especially involving Josh Hamilton. Mark McLemore not credited with coining the phrase. However, you did provide a number of walk-off hits in your day, did you not?
I had a few of them.
You had more than a few.
Really?
You don't know how many you had?
And something tells me you researched it and you know the number.
Well, I have contacts. Spies have told me.
Wow.
That will be revealed when our answer is revealed.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Well, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Here's Mike Carp, big hit for Seattle, a 2-run homer on an 0-2 pitch in the 3rd inning.
I think if you're Derek, the best plan against a left-hand hitter is right there. Throw the ball up for the outside corner. You've got maybe an inch or two to play with out there. And when you're throwing at 95 miles an hour, there's not much a left-hand hitter's going to do with it except that. Maybe foul it off. Just keep it out there. And if you can hit both sides of the plate like that, you're really in business.
We were talking the last inning about Joe West strike zone. It's very consistent. Both pitchers are getting that strike a couple inches off the plate. As a hitter, what was your attitude toward that? As long as you knew it was consistent, was it okay, or did it bug you if it wasn't right on the black?
Well, as a hitter, you want to see consistency from the umpire because then you know what you can swing at and what pitch you can take. You know, I kind of agree with Tag, though. If it's a strike, it's a strike. You know, don't give a guy, 6, 7, 8 inches off the plate just because he can throw it there, consistently. If he can throw it there consistently, then he can throw it over the plate consistently. So I think you need to be at least close to the plate. But having that umpire call strikes, that outside corner, that's fine. But I was also a believer, okay, if you're going to give him 2 or 3 inches on the outside part of the plate, you've got to give me 2 or 3 inches on the inside part of the plate. You can't do that both sides because then that expands the plate, another 5 or 6 inches.
Well, Derek got ahead of Carp here and loses him. A leadoff walk in the 5th.
Hey, he tried to make him swing at a couple of sliders on the 2-2 pitch. I don't know if you have to go to the slider when you're throwing 96 miles an hour. If you can hit that outside corner, umpire's already showing you he'll call it.
That should be the game plan here. You've got these left-hand. There are very few left-hand hitters that can hit a ball out of the ballpark here to left field, and I don't think the Mariners have any of them. So if he keeps pounding that outside corner with that 95, 96 mile an hour fastball, it's going to be tough for him to hit him.
First ball hitting, Olivo skies that one, and a long run in, but Murphy gets there. And Miguel Olivo still the only Mariner yet to reach base. Second fly out after a strikeout in the 2nd.
Center fielder Franklin Gutierrez.
That walk got Mike Maddox on the phone, and activity again in the Ranger bullpen. Second time we've seen Darren O'Day get up and begin to throw as Franklin Gutierrez will bat. Singled and scored their first run in the 2nd. Last time up he struck out. Swinging at a 3-2 pitch. Well, this isn't the shutout version of Derek Holland. So far, it's not the version that Cleveland saw Friday when they got him out of the game after just an inning and 2/3. It's somewhere in between.
Well, he's hanging in there. His pitch count is such that he can get out of the 5th and pitch the 6th inning. And if he can do that and keep it a three-run total for Seattle, he would have pitched a good game. And you don't always have your best command, don't always have your best stuff. It looks like he's got good stuff tonight, maybe not his best command. So the battle through the early innings when they had a chance to break up the game and score a bunch of runs is positive. But now you got to finish it off. Try to finish off a good inning right here. Come back and pitch the 6th inning, throw your 108 pitches and help the bullpen out.
I mean, that's the big thing. He's given up 3 runs, and that's really not a lot. If you look at, the course of a game, he gives up 5 or 6, then that could be a problem. But 3 runs, especially with this offense, we know how electric this offense is and can be. So 3 runs is really not bad, especially in this ballpark.
Behind Gutierrez now 3 balls and a strike. Well, we gave the numbers at the beginning of the broadcast, but we'll give them again. They are remarkable. Derek Holland's last 4 wins, 33 innings, no earned runs. And in the 3 starts he did not win, he has given up far more runs than innings pitched, with some very quick exits involved in there. But he has persevered through 4 to 3rd. And now past the 90 pitch mark to 91 pitches.
Yeah, and in spite of the 4 shutouts, I think the thing that I keep mentioning all season long is you have to remember he's only 24 years old. He got to the big leagues when he was very young, and it still takes patience. It's not a finished product yet, and there's going to be some ups and downs, and he's got to battle through them, and you have to have patience.
Chopper here, and Elvis has to gun it to first to get Gutierrez. No chance for the double play there. Look at it again. 4 wins in his last 7 starts, 33 innings, no earned runs. The other 3 starts, an 1880 earned run average, and nowhere near that level of trouble tonight for Derek.
In the wins, 3 of those were shutouts, and the other one was a 6-inning game with no earned runs. In the 3 starts, there was a 5 1/3 inning game, but then there was a 2/3 of an inning and a 1 2/3. And he can stretch this one out and make it a solid start.
He hasn't retired Wells yet. He's walked him and given up a single, and he'll walk him here with first base open to deal with Kyle Seager, left-hand hitter.
I think what we see, when he goes through that are 2 different pitchers. When he's throwing well, he comes out with a definite purpose and game plan, and he's able to locate. And I think that's really what it is. When he runs into problems, obviously it's more than likely he's not locating his pitches. Like tonight, he's having a little bit of trouble, but he'll throw and hit his spots to one batter, and then the next batter, he's all over the place and gets back to it. So that inconsistency is showing up a little bit more tonight, but just sporadically.
Tonight's game brought to you by Miller High Life. This summer, find out how giving back bottle caps can give returning vets a piece of the high life. Go to MillerHighLife.com for details. So the walk, first and second, 2 outs. Kyle Seager has singled and flied to left. Something else that Derek is dealing with tonight is the fact that he's only had the Hamilton home run scored for him. And he's used to better, to say the least. He has the best run support in the league, 7.2 runs per game. That included the game Tom mentioned, where he had 6 innings, 1 unearned run, and left that game against the Twins leading 18-1.
He's got 5 more innings for the Rangers to score some runs for him. He's got to worry about this inning right here and get out of this inning without any more scoring.
Rangers have scored in the first in 12 of his last 14 starts. Ball 1 to Seager. Aaron O'Day is ready if the trouble continues for Derek here in the 5th. Right side, easy play for Kinsler. A nice escape job again by Holland, working around the leadoff walk and the intentional walk. Still 3-1. walk-off. Dennis Eckersley originally meant it as a negative term for the pitcher and the defense, having to walk off in shame after, well, like what Josh Hamilton did last night, and believed to have originated it following the Kirk Gibson Game 1 1988 World Series walk-off home run. Strike one to Torey Alba.
Yeah, and there's still maybe some people saying, well, why walk off? Well, if you're the defensive team and you've just given up the hit that lost the game, your teammates and you as a pitcher don't sprint off the field. You walk off the field and usually kind of dejected.
Well, Karp and Olivo both chasing that one down, and looked like Olivo had a bead on it.
He got a glove on it. I think it's probably an easier play for Karp, but Oliva's a veteran guy. I think he normally makes that play. Might have been distracted a little bit though by Karp, who comes running right into the picture here.
Well, one of the problems is I don't think either one of them were calling for the ball.
Didn't look like it.
You've got to call for it.
Yeah, the catcher has to keep going. He doesn't know if the first baseman's there or not while he's looking up at the ball.
Well, 3-pitch here for Torey Alba. Vargas struck him out to end the second inning.
Tom, what did you think when they went from having American League umpires and National League umpires to having them go everywhere and they just get combined?
I like the idea, Mac. I think it makes sense, especially with interleague play, to have umpires report to the same office, to the same umpire supervisors. It just makes a lot of sense. Now, there may have been some subtle differences between the umpiring in the National League and the American League, but I think over time that's probably disappeared, and now they're big league umpires. So I felt like it was a good idea to have everybody under the same roof.
Little roller. Seager charges. Bare hands. Not in time. Torey Alba beats out a leadoff infield single.
How about you?
I like it. It brings some uniformity to it all. Like you said, there were some differences. A lot of National League umpires, they had the higher strike zone, and that could cause a problem during interleague play. So I like the uniformity of it all, and you get to know who those guys are in the strike zones, and you get to know everybody. So I really like the idea.
As a hitter, Mac, when you guys were going over the pitcher, when you guys were having your meetings before a series, did you also at any time talk about who the umpires were going to be behind the plate? Did you have this guy's a high ball umpire or this guy doesn't have a big strike zone? Did you ever go into that?
Well, we didn't really go over it in meetings. I think as hitters, we all knew who had a strike zone, what their strike zones were. And a lot of times they would change just, from the hitter, and so every hitter pretty much knew what that umpire called against him. But, like I said, that umpire that's calling, giving a guy some pitches off the outside part, as long as he didn't go back to the inside and give him that same amount, it was okay.
Mitch Moreland skies this one to right field. Got under it. Casper Wells is under it, and there's the first out of the Ranger fifth.
Did you keep a book where you kept a log on the pitchers you faced and the umpires you faced? Did you have that kind of a book?
I had a book on pitchers.
Did you?
I did. I didn't have it on umpires, but I had it on pitchers, and it was actually easier with the umpires, so I didn't need to keep a book because
it was
just half. Yeah. We didn't have all of them to keep up with. We just had those American League umps.
Right.
But I did have a book on pitchers. And then for me, it actually changed. It didn't just go with pitchers. It started being teams. So I started noticing that guys from different teams, if they were, say, with the Yankees and all of a sudden went to the Indians, it was a team that pitched me a certain way as opposed to just a pitcher. So everybody on the staff would throw me the same way.
Right.
So if that guy went to another team, then it would be what that team, how that team pitched me.
Murphy pops one up. Third base. Foul territory. Seager. 2 outs. Well, since everybody sees the same scouting report and the same video highlights. It's not surprising, I would guess, as a hitter when you get pitched the same way in a series by the same staff, right?
Well, you'd be surprised because different teams do different things. Like there are some teams that will put the extreme shift on, say, Josh, and some teams that don't. And that's because they pitch him differently. So not every team does that against Josh. And, you know, so.
But a staff in a series pitching you the same way.
Pitching me, definitely.
Not as surprising, right?
Not a surprise at all. Whoever came out of the bullpen, they were going to throw me the same way the starter did.
Ian Kinsler is singled and walked. And has reached now 4 straight plate appearances after his home run last night ended his 5 for 52. 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors, 8 left for Seattle. A run on 4 hits, an error, 2 left for the Rangers. And Ian again laying off that off-speed pitch down. It's 2-1. Angels batting top of the 9th, trailing at New York 9-3. That one is hit well to left field. Robinson on the track, at the wall, out of here. Tie game.
Just had the feeling that it was a matter of time. The Rangers have hit a number of balls hard that have been caught. Ian has such good patience and discipline at the plate. He's not always hot as far as finding base hits go, but he very seldom swings at those off-speed pitches down and out of the strike zone. He lays off them. In this case, he made him get the ball up. He was ready for the fastball in. I don't know if he got all of it, but he got 350 feet worth of it, just enough to get it out of the ballpark. And another time on this homestand where the Rangers come from behind to get back in the game.
And as a starting pitcher, you've got to feel good when you go out there and you give up a few runs right off the bat and not let it become a blowout, because you know this ball club is going to score some runs for you. And Derek Holland's done a fine job of keeping those 3 runs, keeping the Mariners at just 3 runs.
Yeah, it's a great point. It's a great point. There's been a lot of times in this game where one pitch, bad pitch, loss of concentration.
Here's a line drive over a glove, over Seager into the corner. And Elvis Andrus at second base with a double.
By Derek would have led to a big inning, and he kept the big inning from happening a couple of times. And now he's right back in the ballgame.
Slider that didn't slide down and in. Elvis caught it. Nice swing to be able to keep that ball fair.
Yeah, Elvis hit the ball hard his last time up, too. He drove one to the warning track in center field.
Elvis safe at second, safe and secure. New York life. Well, an inning that began with Torrealba giving an extra pitch after Olivo dropped the foul pop, and he got an infield hit, then 2 outs. Then the 365-foot 2-run homer by Kinsler. Andrews ripping that double into the corner. And here's Josh Hamilton, who homered his last time up on the first pitch of the 4th inning to start the comeback from 3-0 down.
Well, nice to see you got your offense working again tonight, Mac.
I brought my offense tonight. Brought the big sticks. Brought the wheels for Torrealba. Let him use those for a minute.
Vargas first inning got Hamilton on the ground to first. Last time up, line 1, just over the wall in the right field corner, 353 feet. The outside strike there, and it's 1-2.
Last time the Rangers faced Vargas, they had 12 hits and 3 home runs. They scored 5 runs against him in Seattle. 2 home runs today. And a changeup coming up.
Gets away from Olivo, and Elvis easily taking third. Wild pitch now, the go-ahead run 90 feet away. With 2 outs and a 2-2 count to Hamilton. Next pitch for Vargas will be his 80th. And just fair, the roller for the unassisted out by Karp, but the Rangers tie it on the 2-run home run by Ian Kinsler. Mark McLemore, by the way, you had 8 walk-off hits.
Not bad.
Not bad.
That's unbelievable.
That's twice as many as Josh Hamilton.
I'm better than Josh Hamilton.
You should have made more money.
Two-run bomb. Rick Renner in the upper deck hanging out with some of my Japanese friends who were displaced by the tsunami, and these guys are so happy. First time coming to America. Asuchi, what do you think about Dallas?
Very good.
What do you like the most?
Come on!
Yeah. These guys, they went to the rodeo. They did all kinds of fun things. The rodeo, they saw Cowboy Stadium. What was your favorite, girls?
Shopping!
Oh, there we go. It's all thanks to Gateway Church in Southlake, and here to represent them, Laura, what's going on? How did this all happen?
Thank you. Well, we are partnering with Jesus Lifehouse Church in Tokyo, who is partnering with Tohoku Home State Program, where these kids signed up. They're amazing children. Like I said, they've all been displaced by the tsunami. We are welcoming them into Texas in our homes, and we're just so happy to have that, hospitality and that opportunity.
And Stephanie, what is the one word you hear the most from everybody?
Hawaii, which just means cute. Everything is Hawaii.
Everything's cuter. There's a lot of girls here, about 17 of them, having a great time. Right, guys? All right. Let's send it back over to you guys.
All right, Rick, it is great to have them here. And Trayvon Robinson caught looking at 3-pitch strikeout for Derek Holland to begin the 6th inning with his 6th strikeout. Out 101 pitches as Ichiro bats for the 4th time. Single stole second in the 1st. Fielder's choice in the 2nd. And last time up grounded to 1st.
That's a good idea right there. Throw the ball 96 miles an hour and hit that outside corner. Maybe miss by an inch. At the very worst, Ichiro's going to hit something soft to the left side of the infield.
Just missed it again, 3-0.
That's been a strike, not that time though.
Japanese fans will be happy to see Koji Wahara preparing to come into the game. That might quicken his appearance. A 4-pitch walk to Ichiro.
Those pitches were pretty close. There's a number of those pitches that were close. Oh, not as close as we thought. Although that number 4 could have been a strike, top of the strike zone. The other ones were well outside, trying to hit that outside corner or near it, and just a little too far out to get the call.
Ichiro with his first inning stolen base, his 30th of the season.
I think Ron is comfortable with Derek in there now because you've got Rodriguez hitting, and then you've got Ackley, a left-hand hitter, up after that. Would love to see Derek get through 6 innings.
He walked Rodriguez his first time on 4 pitches. Next time struck him out. And in the 4th, Rodriguez reached on a fielder's choice. Rangers now within 1 in the hit column. It's 3 runs, 7 hits, no errors for Seattle. Now 3 runs, 6 hits, an error for the Rangers. And the game is over in New York. The Yankees over the Angels 9-3. Ivan Nova improves to 11-4. Garrett Richards up for the spot start, the loser. And at this very moment, Rangers lead LA by 2 games. Home runs by Peter Borges, his 5th. Robinson Cano is 19th, and Curtis Granderson hit 2. He has 31.
Now, Granderson fell for the fake to third, back to first pickoff move in last night's game for the last out of the game with Teixeira at the plate. So he might have been extra motivated today to come out, pounded those 2 home runs.
And a night off for Mariano Rivera, who last night gave up the top of the 9th 2-run game-winning home run to Bobby Abreu. High toward the corner for Cruz. And Rodriguez is retired. There's 2 outs in the 6th inning.
I'd love to see Derek be able to put the finishing touches on this 6th inning and end in a positive way.
1 year ago tonight, David Murphy got to Mariano Rivera for a walk-off hit. Absolutely. 4-3 in 10 innings.
I think that was a line drive to right center field, if I remember right.
You remember right. The Lees over Rivera in 10 innings, 4-3 Rangers. Dustin Ackley struck out in the first, reached on an infield hit in the second, just outrunning Juan Harper. Basically right at Elvis at short, and then he scored on the Carp home run, which made it 3-0. Last time he struck out again.
Well, Derek has thrown 109 pitches now, but he's still throwing hard. That last pitch was 95 miles an hour. It's not a situation where he's hanging on right now, velocity dropping, trying to sneak a pitch in there. He's still throwing well. Just a matter of making a pitch. The velocity, the stuff is there. Ooh, boy. Just maybe a little bit too far outside. That's a good idea. Outside corner has been a liberal part of the strike zone. 2nd inning was a tough inning, 30 pitches. But he's settled down, and you know it hasn't been his best command, hasn't been his best game. But if he can get the out right here and pitch 6 innings after giving up 3 runs early and having that 30-pitch 2nd inning, that's a positive start. Sometimes you can almost say that this kind of a start is a better start than some of the games that he's cruised through with his best stuff, where everything was working and made it look easy. This hasn't been easy tonight. He's had to bear down. He's had to work. There's been a lot of base runners, so there's been a lot of important pitches. It's a hot night. He's trying to battle through it. He knows it's a pennant race. He knows it's a big game. A lot of elements in this game that if he can get through this 6th inning and keep it a 3-3 ball game, that you can walk off the field feeling like you did your job in a big way.
Well, and even that 30-pitch 2nd inning, he limited them to 1 unearned run and left the bases loaded.
Yeah, if he makes the play on the tapper back to the mound, it saves him 10 pitches and a run in the game. Attaboy.
2-2.
There's the corner. See, number 2 is a little too far outside. Number 4 got back right near the corner. And Joe West has been very consistent with that call. He'll give you an inch or so, maybe 2, but nothing more. That's too far outside. Good try, though. He's got the right idea. Just have to bring it in a little bit. Perfect shot of it right there. Number 2, number 5. Too far out. Number 4, close enough to get the call. Throw number 4 again. You got a good shot at getting out of the inning.
And fouled off with Ichiro running on the 3-2 pitch.
96 miles an hour with that fastball. That to me is very impressive.
Well, we've seen him do that into the 9th in the shutout.
Well, it's into the 9th, but it's a matter of how many pitches. Yeah. It wasn't 140 pitches. He's at 112 pitches right now, which is where he was in the 9th inning. And I think this is harder. When you jam all the pitches into 6 innings instead of spread them out over 9 innings, I think it's even tougher. Especially on a night where it was 102 when the game started. You mix it, you spread out 115 pitches over 9 innings when it's 60 degrees out in Seattle. I'm not saying that's easy to do it in a big league game, but I think this is even tougher.
Well, that last shutout 2 starts ago at Toronto, only 95 pitches. This is going to be number 116. And he takes care of Ackley swinging. A hat trick for Ackley.
Very positive.
Strikeout 6 and 7 for Derek Holland. Around the Ichiro walk in the 6th. Still 3-3. A quality start for Derek. Jackpot is worth $500 and dinner for 2 at a Sonic Drive-In. And tonight the Rangers are hitting for Becky Bills from Willow Park. If a Ranger hits a grand slam during this inning, Becky Bills from Willow Park wins $25,000. You can register at any participating Sonic restaurant. And Michael Young will lead off the Rangers 6th in a 3-3 tie. He has lined to first and singled to center off of Jason Vargas.
And I can't say enough how impressive that was for Derek Holland. A night where he struggled early, didn't have his command, and he just kept battling out there. Matt Harrison had a start like that in Detroit, where he gave up 3 runs.
Left field, Robinson. Our next Monday home game is August 22nd against the Boston Red Sox, and it is the final all-fans Monday of the season. Everyone in attendance at Rangers Ballpark will receive a red and blue Rangers cap, compliments of Coca-Cola and Tetco. Reserve your seats now for the Red Sox in on Monday, August 22nd at TexasRangers.com.
Well, Matt's game in Detroit, he gave up 3 runs early and just had to keep battling and battling. And I think in many ways that's a better learning experience for a young pitcher than when you're cruising and pitching well, when everything's coming easy. Because in a game like this, you have to think, you have to make your pitches, you have to go battle through some frustration. When the little tapper back to the mound with the bases loaded, he booted that ball, had to come back and get out of that inning, which he did. Well, a lot of positive things in this game. He had to throw a lot of pitches. He walked 5, but he struck out 7. He pitched out of jams, and at the end of 6 innings, it's 3-3. And he's done a good job. He knows the last start, he didn't get out of the 2nd inning. He caused the bullpen to have to pitch 7 innings, and he didn't want that to happen. He bared down and he made it happen the 6 innings. And I think he can be really proud of his effort tonight. He had to work.
Cruz patiently working the count here to 3 balls and a strike. Walked his first time up, stole second. Last time a 5-4-3 double play.
You can't teach experience, and you definitely can't teach a 96-mile-an-hour fastball. So the physical tools are there. He's getting the experience. The best part about it is Ogando, Harrison, and Derek. They're not only young, inexperienced, getting this experience. They're doing it in a pennant race. They've each won 10 games. So it's kind of a perfect storm for the development of 3 young pitchers.
Here's Mike Napoli, 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the 2nd and grounded to short in the 4th. We check our Ford leaderboard. And since the All-Star break, you've got Mike Napoli at 435, Hideki Matsui almost as on fire at 430. And then the 2 National Leaguers, Infante and Tulowitzki. Nothing in 2 to Napoli. Mitch Moreland before the game just talking about how in awe he is, and no doubt he's not alone in that Ranger clubhouse, and how Mike Napoli is going. And taking some good lessons on the ability to take a walk that Mike shows night after night. Lay off the bad stuff, crush the pitches in the zone, and Moreland the last week or so following that example. Vargas about to throw his 90th pitch. Jason with 3 shutouts, 1 less than Derek Holland, plus a 9-inning no-run, no decision. July 1st, he 6-hit the Padres. June 19th, 3-hit the Phillies. June 3rd, 4-hit Tampa Bay. That was just his 2nd career complete game and his first of the 3 shutouts. And the no decision, the 9-inning no-run, no decision, was May 12th at Baltimore. Seattle lost that game 2-1 to 12 innings. So how much better could his record be than 6-10? Friday, another tough no decision at LA, 6 scoreless innings. Could be a lot better. Still 1-2 to Napoli. Rangers try to go 11-2 in the season series up on Seattle, win their 7th straight meeting. They are 11-2 since last September 29th. Still 1-2 to Napoli. Oakland batting, last chance, top of the ninth at Toronto. They have a run, but they still trailed the Blue Jays 8-4. Rangers fly to Oakland tomorrow, open a series there on Friday night. Napoli laying off that low pitch, 2-2.
Yeah, this is kind of a bat. If you're Vargas, you got to be careful. He's thrown a lot of pitches. He's seen a lot of pitches. Hasn't quite got one yet that he can drive, but after all these pitches, this will be the 8th pitch. Sooner or later, one of those pitches near the middle of the plate might not be fouled off.
One hopper off the glove of Seager. Worrell still gets Napoli at first. So here's Jorvi Torrealba. And tonight's Coors Light freeze cam. Robinson caught it a rundown. Infield in. Young firing home. And Torrealba takes care of it himself. Andrews standing there waiting for a throw. Turned out not to be necessary. That's a freeze cam for tonight.
Oh, good play right there by Jorvi. The end result was they got the out, and the batter stayed at first base. Wasn't able to go to second. Didn't have to make 2 or 3 throws to get the man in the rundown.
At the plate, Torrealba struck out to end the second. Started the 5th inning with extra life after a foul pop was dropped by the catcher Olivo. Reached on an infield hit, and 2 outs later came home on the game-tying home run by Kinsler. Left field. Robinson back just a couple of steps for this one.
Change up off the end of the bat. If he waited a split second longer, he might have driven it out.
Only the walk to Cruz in the Rangers 6th. On to the 7th. Still 3-3. And in the case of Derek Holland tonight, in 6 innings, 7 strikeouts.
Yeah, again, it was a battle, but in my opinion, he won the battle because he got through 6 innings. And there were some times earlier where it might have looked like 6 innings was going to be a tough assignment for him. I guess it was a tough assignment, but he battled through and did it. Turn it over to the bullpen, and haven't seen Koji in a couple of days, so good opportunity for him to come in and keep this a 3-3 game.
So our Verizon call to the bullpen, and here is Koji Wahara. Over a week ago Saturday from Baltimore, the trade that sent Tommy Hunter and Chris Davis to the Orioles. Sparkling numbers all year. Saturday retired 2 out of 3 against the Indians, and about a leadoff walk, but took care of that base runner with a pickoff. Mike Karp has grounded into a double play. Hit a 2-run homer in the 3rd to make it 3-0 Seattle, and last time walked. And a base hit to center field here for Karp. Yeah, let's go back to our Fox Sports Southwest studio. Time for a McDonald's Dollar Drink Game Break. All right, Neil Beasley in our studio. Thanks. Here's Miguel Olivo. He's had a tough night, 0 for 3, and dropped a foul pop that eventually turned into a run. Last night a good night, 2 for 3, double, sacrifice fly. That drove in their 3rd run in the 3rd, and their last run of the game. That made it 6-3, and they were done scoring because of the Ranger bullpen, which takes over here. Bullpen last night, 6 in the 3rd, scoreless. Tatayama, Lowe, Oliver, Adams, and Feliz, allowing 3 hits, striking out 9, walking only 2.
It's the second splitter that he's thrown above the waist. The one that Karp hit into center field was high. Normally he keeps that ball down.
This bullpen, since Wahara arrived on the scene, and Adams right behind him, 9 games now. They have a collective earned run average of 182 in 34 2/3 innings. Derek Holland tonight, 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 of which were earned on 7 hits, the 7 strikeouts, tied his career high with 5 walks. One of those was intentional. Through 116 pitches, 67 for strikes. And takes no decision, will remain 10-4. Reaches out, sends it into shallow center field, and a sliding catch by Hamilton for the first out.
That looked like that was going to be a blue pit. It just hung up just long enough for Josh to come in and make a nice sliding catch. Good pitch by Wahara, and a nice play by Josh. Takes a base hit away from Olivo and gets the Rangers a big first out here in the 7th inning. That concentration.
How tough is it to know exactly when to go into your dive or your slide or whatever it is leaving your feet?
I think that's just something that an outfielder does because of experience, because of instincts. You know, it's almost like sliding into a base. Occasionally you'll see a guy slide too late or a little bit too soon, but I think it just comes with experience, using your instincts.
Here's a base hit by Gutierrez. And Karp will hold at second base, so 2 singles. And nearly a third the first 3 batters faced by Koji Wahara here in the 7th. Gutierrez has a 2-hit night. Murphy over to it quickly enough that Karp had no chance to take the extra base, so First and second, one out.
Koji's got to pitch out of a jam right here.
And he's going to pitch to Wells, who has not been retired yet. Walked in the second, singled in the third, and was intentionally walked in the fifth.
Seattle's left 9 men on. There have been a lot of base runners in this game for the Mariners.
Out hit the Rangers 9-6. Each team with a 2-run homer, though. Karp for the Mariners. Kinsler for the Rangers. Rangers also a solo shot by Hamilton. All 3 of their runs on long balls. All over in Toronto, the Blue Jays beat Oakland 8-4 tonight. Casey Jansen the win, now 4-0. Gio Gonzalez falls to 9-10. Jesse Litch gets his first save. Off the glove of Young, a hard shot, and here comes Karp around to score the go-ahead run. It's 4-3 Seattle. As Casper Wells so far looking like a very good acquisition for Seattle from the Tigers.
The Mariners had good swings against Wahara tonight. That's something that hasn't happened very often this season. That fastball comes in. Michael, kind of a do-or-die play, tries to make a stab, but that's a smash.
Got a piece of it. But hard to get much more than that. So Wells drives in his 18th run of the year. First and second, a run in. It's 4-3. And here's Seager, who singled his first time up and has since then flied to left and grounded to second. Of course, if Michael somehow grabs that, can turn it into an inning-ending double play. The game of inches, that time working in the Mariners' favor. Oh, Wahara throwing strikes at least, 13 pitches. That's just his third that didn't find the zone, but he's also given up 3 base hits, almost 4. Well placed strike 2 there. Takes care of Seager, swinging. 2 outs in the 7th.
That was a better splitter right there. That one had better movement, better location, everything about it. Watch that drop.
Now Trayvon Robinson. A fielder's choice, a double. And caught looking last time by Holland. Trying to keep this 7th inning Mariner rally going. They have taken the lead. They have Gutierrez at second, Wells at first with 2 outs now. Robinson 3 for 21 on this road trip. Indians have beaten Detroit 10-3 in Ubaldo Jimenez's second start in an Indian uniform. Now pitches Rick Porcello. Cleveland gets within 2 of the first place Tigers in the Central. Again, the Yankees beat the Angels 9-3. Rangers win this one. They will head west with a 2.5 game lead on an Angel team that they will play 4 times next week, Monday through Thursday, after the 3 in Oakland. Joe Westnight has lenient on the inside part of the plate as he's been on the outside corner.
I think it's more the outside corner to a left-hand hitter and the inside corner to a right-hand hitter. It seems like the other side of the plate has gotten the call a little bit off the plate. That one could have been a strike, looked like a strike.
Just a foul tip there from a strikeout. Now a 20-pitch inning for Koji. Mitch Moreland will take care of out number 3, but the Mariners take the lead. A run on 3 hits. 2 men left. Stretch time at the ballpark. 4-3 Seattle. The Rangers have to come from behind again. Ford dealers. Check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. And by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. So the Rangers down 1, late innings. Bottom of the 7th is Moreland, Murphy, and Kinsler as Jason Vargas throws pitch number 98, and it is an outside strike to Moreland, who was robbed by Ackley at second in the 3rd and fly to right in the 5th.
Well, Mitch has had a couple of pretty good at-bats. He hit a one-hop smash to second, just got underneath one, skied it to right field. So he's been right on Vargas. He's seen a couple of pitches here. He's ahead in the count. He's shown some patience, laying off the off-speed pitch. See if he can get a good pitch to hit and drive one. Attaboy, lay off those pitches. Make him get it up.
4-pitch lead-off walk.
I thought it was too, but they must have called one of them a strike.
Wow, all the scoreboards had 3-0.
Yeah, I thought it was too.
All right, then it's 3-1.
One of the early pitches must have been a strike.
Now it's 3-2. Vargas has walked 3.
Well, the first one was a strike. That was the one slightly off the plate. The one that's been a strike frequently tonight on that side of the plate anyway.
Off the fist and a little pop-up handled by Rodriguez. 1 out in the Rangers' 7th. Fox Sports Southwest and the Texas Rangers have teamed up with Carter Blood Care for the Great American Give. When you give blood to Carter Blood Care in August, you'll automatically be registered for a chance to win a Fox Sports Southwest VIP experience at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. Crowd, no doubt, just figuring how the Rangers going to pull off another come from behind victory, which has become habitual of late. 2 Hamilton walk-offs the last 5 games. Murphy tonight 0 for 2. And behind now 0-2. Three-pitch strikeout.
Well, if you're the pitcher tonight, left-hand pitcher, left-hand hitter, this is what you should do every single pitch. Throw them right there. Now those pitches are good pitches. Those are catching the outside corner. Pitch number 2 must have been underneath one of those.
Just the 3rd strikeout for Jason Vargas. The other 2 were Napoli and Torrealba back in the 2nd inning. And here is Kinsler, who has been by far the toughest batter for him to face. A single leading off the game, a walk in the 3rd, and a game-tying 2-run home run with 2 outs in the 5th. This one sky high. Robinson will go to the wall thinking he might have a chance at robbing him on the leap. He didn't. 365 feet just over that inner wall, over the out-of-town scoreboard. And that one is hit well, but jerk foul.
A little out in front of the changeup.
But a lot of good-looking swings tonight from Ian.
He hasn't been fooled as much by the off-speed pitches, and one of the keys has been able to lay off it. He hasn't swung at it if it hasn't been a strike.
That was borderline, but he spoils it. Wild one going in Tampa Bay in the bottom of the 9th. Kansas City 7, Tampa Bay 6. The Royals got 3 in their half of the 9th. And the Rays have 3 in their half off Joaquin Soria and the tying run on base with 2 outs.
There's the one you got to lay off right there. That's a tempting changeup. The home run pitch, he tried to sneak a fastball on the inside corner. That's the one Ian turned on.
And a little out in front of that one too, just over the tarp. No one throwing in the Seattle bullpen. This will be the 113th pitch of the night for Vargas. His last 2 starts, he's thrown 111 and 113, and this year as many as 119. Kinsler works the full count. Vargas thought he had him. Kinsler reaches for the 4th time tonight, his 2nd walk.
He had to earn that walk because he was behind the count early. To number 9. Occasionally that's been a strike to a left-handed hitter, not to a right-handed.
Pitching coach Carl Willis out to discuss the at-bat by Andrews, who doubled last time. And has flied to center and lined into a double play back in the 1st. Baseball fans, Chevy is a proud sponsor of youth baseball leagues in your community. If you'd like to learn more about Chevy youth baseball programs, go to youthsportswired.com.
There's a young man with a glove ready for a foul ball. Or maybe he's in left field. Maybe he's ready for a fair ball. They're not quite ready for a foul ball right now. And be careful when you're sitting in the stands. That ball has a sneaky way of finding you.
And they will be very wary of Kinsler and his speed at first with 2 outs. Boston at Minnesota. That's turned into a good one. David Ortiz, Big Papi, has just tied it with a home run in the top of the 8th. It is 2-2. Hit that off of Glenn Perkins. Now they've got some action in their bullpen. That is the veteran right-hander Jamie Wright throwing. And that wild one at Tampa Bay has just ended, and the Rays won it 8-7 with a 5-run bottom of the 9th.
Wow.
Did it against Joaquin Soria. That after a 3-run top of the 9th by Kansas City. Home runs by Cabrera for Kansas City and Joyce for Tampa Bay. Wow, 8 runs at the 9th inning between the two teams. 8-7 final. It was 1-1 now to Andrews. And if he can keep this 7th inning going, Josh Hamilton on deck. He has already homered once tonight.
Well, you have to say Vargas is a master of changing speeds and keeping the hitter from being comfortable at the plate, and for the most part keeping the ball off the middle of the bat, off the good part of the bat. Basically fastball changeup.
It's allowed only 6 base hits. Into the seats. Next pitch will tie his season high of 119 pitches.
You have to have a good changeup to throw 85 miles an hour and throw that many changeups and be a good pitcher like he is. It's kind of a poor man's version of Jamie Moyer, really. And who knows? At 28 years old, Jamie wasn't anywhere near what Vargas is right now.
I got to wait till his 40s, almost his 50s.
So Vargas may just be beginning his career right now. Same style pitcher, fastball, changeup. Jamie mix in a slow curve every now and then. Haven't seen that from Vargas. He didn't want it to go. He's taking a few steps over here. Vargas doesn't have a very good move to first base, but he can vary his delivery to the plate. He has a little slide step that doesn't take very long. He's just trying to make Ian uncomfortable over there so he can't time him.
Grounded to Seager. And that takes care of the Rangers' 7th. No runs, only the 2-out walk to Kinsler, and on to the 8th. Still 4-3 Seattle.
Down 4-3 in the top of the 8th inning. The time you've been waiting for to decide who should get the Progressive Fan of the Game. Why should you get it, Nick?
I go to the University of Oklahoma, and everyone in Oklahoma hates everything about Texas. I watch every Rangers game when I'm at school, and I love the Rangers. When I'm at home, I have younger sisters, and I taught them everything about the Rangers. We watch every game. I've not missed a game all year.
All right, what do you think? Should we give it to him?
I don't know. He's been pretty annoying.
All right, he's annoying. We give it to him. You're the Progressive Fan of the Game. They've been in the upper deck going crazy the whole game. Back to David Tom.
Well, I guess you give him points for bravery in Oklahoma, rooting for anything from Texas. Here's Mike Adams on to work to the top of the order in the 8th inning. Ichiro, Rodriguez, and Ackley. Mike worked the 8th inning last night, gave up a leadoff single to Olivo and a stolen base, and then proceeded to strike out the side. Gutierrez, Robinson, and Seager. Ichiro tonight, a leadoff single in the 1st, a stolen base. Fielder's choice, a grounded to 1st and a 4-pitch walk last time up in the 6th. Adams has seen the Joe West strike zone tonight. In front of him now, ball and 2 strikes. Slapped on the left side, gobbled up by Michael Young, and the tag by Moreland. 1 out in the 8th, down to Leslie McCaslin.
We talked about how good the bullpen has been lately. Just in this last week, last Friday, they came in for more than 9 innings. Again, last night for more than 6 innings, only allowing 1 run in both of those games. And Mike Adams said they're gaining confidence.
Early like that, but if you have to, you want to make sure you go out there and throw up the zeros and give the boys a chance to put together a rally and get that lead back. But I think these past those 2 games that we've had, I think they've built a whole lot of confidence, and it just kind of shows that we can win ball games when we get down.
Ron Washington said it was one of the main reasons the Rangers have had so many comebacks lately. And, of course, they're still doing a good job. But they get a break tonight with Derek Collin working through 6.
Yes, Derek going 116 pitches, 6 innings, 3 runs, 2 earned. Wahara gave up the go-ahead run in the 7th. Karp led off with a single. 2 singles later, he was home. Casper Wells with the go-ahead RBI. That is well hit to right field, and Cruz won't get to it. 1 hop off the wall. Luis Rodriguez barely in safe with the 1-out double.
What a throw by Cruz. Right on the money.
It's almost worth it to see a guy going for extra bases to see Cruz unleash that arm.
Nice catch and a nice tag by Elvis, too, but clearly safe.
So the Mariners now with the possibility of a very important insurance run in scoring position with 1 out. Ackley tonight a hat trick, 3 strikeouts around an infield single leading off the 3rd. And he then scored on Karp's homer. Five straight games. There have been 5 rookies in the Seattle starting lineup. Total of 11 rookies on the roster. Only other game going in the American League now in the bottom of the 8th at Target Field, and it's still Boston 2 and Minnesota 2. Baltimore got a walk-off win, 2 in the bottom of the 10th to beat Chicago 6-4.
Must have been a home run. Who hit it? Chris Davis?
Adam Jones.
Adam Jones.
3rd of 3 Oriole home runs in that game. His 21st. And the 3-0 pitch here to Ackley off the plate. It's a 4-pitch walk. And Adams has 2 aboard now with 1 out. And the hot bat of Mike Karp to deal with. Karp tonight, that 2-run homer in the 3rd, that made it 3-0. It extended his career best hitting streak to 11 games. He has also walked, and he led off the 7th with a single off Wahara and came around to score the go-ahead run. Two homers, 10 RBIs in the 11-game streak for Karp. Line drive. Murphy had him played well. There's out number 2.
Well, Mariners had some good at-bats against Wahara. They had some good at-bats against Adams as well. Hard hit ball for an out, unfortunately.
Well, up now to Miguel Olivo, who is 0 for 4. A strikeout, a fly to right, left, and last time, little looper that Josh Hamilton made a nice sliding catch coming into shallow center field. Charging Andrews, throw on the run in time. And a nice job by Mike Adams working around the double by Rodriguez and the walk to Ackley. Bottom of the 8th coming. Rangers still down 1. The AL West, as they will play Game 2 of their 3-game series against the A's in Oakland. This week's telecast of Fox Saturday Baseball begins at 3 p.m. only on Fox. And hope you can join Glenn Kuiper and Tom Grieve for that telecast from the Oakland Coliseum. Friday night, meanwhile, on TXA 21, Game 1 of the series, will have C.J. Wilson and the former Ranger Brandon McCarthy, who is not having a bad year at all with Oakland. In fact, last time out, won 8-0 at Tampa Bay. That was on Saturday. C.J. will, for the 5th straight start, go after his 11th win. Meanwhile, it's Jamie Wright on to work the bottom of the 8th.
Jamie had a tough outing the other night, first night of the series, but he's having a pretty solid season.
He came on in the 5th inning with the bases loaded and gave up back-to-back RBI singles to Napoli and Torrealba, a bases loaded walk to Moreland. Hamilton tonight is grounded to first twice. In between, he homered leading off the 4th. That got the Rangers' comeback started. They were down 3-0 at the time. Kinsler's 2-run homer the next inning tied it at 3. But the Mariners got the lead back with 1 in the 7th off Guajara. Little looper for Seager, crossing over into foul territory. Josh actually said before the game, never thought he'd say this, but he's actually kind of looking forward to going on the road just because the heat has really taken a toll. And Seattle last night playing as hot a game as they've ever played in their franchise history. Tonight, 30,087 on hand for the last game of this homestand, which featured the 2000th career hit of Michael Young's. Incredible run with the Rangers. 1 for 3 tonight. A single back in the 4th. And if the Rangers can tie it up here in the 8th, Feliz will be ready. Even better if they've got a lead for him to protect. Mike Adams kept it a 1-run game. That matchup Saturday in Oakland, Colby Lewis against Trevor Cahill, who has really been struggling. His record's now 9-10. And to close out the series Sunday afternoon, Matt Harrison against Rich Harden, who was 3-2 in his return to Oakland this year. So the Rangers will have 3 guys all looking for their 11th win: Wilson, Lewis, and Harrison. That one chops through the hole, base hit, and it's a 2-hit night for Michael Young, and the Rangers have the tying run aboard with 1 out here in the 8th.
In this kind of a game, when you guard the line, like Seager's guarding the line, you may take one away. The last out of last inning was a ground ball by Elvis right down the line. And because Seager was playing over there, he was able to catch it, keep it from being an extra base hit, turn it into the last out of the inning. But right on the line against Michael Young, what would have been a routine grounder to his left turns into a base hit instead. So you give up the base hit, try to take away the double, and he's right back there on the line now, too.
Nelly Cruz now has walked twice, grounded into a 5-4-3 double play. And a big looping curve for strike 1 from Wright. Nelly against Seattle, 14 homers, 28 runs batted in 42 games from 2008 on. Seager again guarding the line at third. Outfield deep guarding against doubles. Could be 2 here, but bobbled by Rodriguez. He does recover to get the out at second base.
Ball had a lot of spin on it. Hit him right off the handle. And it hit in the glove, but it spun right out of the glove. He's able to stay with it and get the out.
Like a little higher hop than he expected off the heel, but didn't panic. They definitely got it there before the slide by Young. So it's 2 outs. Cruz now at first. And here's Napoli 0 for 3. A strikeout and 2 ground outs.
Well, Jamie Wright has good movement on his sinker. He's run a couple of those in on the fist. That one jammed Nelly. And he threw one on the inside part of the plate, jammed Josh.
Vargas handled Napoli as well as anybody has, really, for about the last 5 weeks. Major League's leading hitter since he came off the DL on the 4th of July. Home run cut there, and it's 0-2. Much sharper Jamie Wright tonight. 11 pitches, 8 strikes.
Yeah, he came into the first game and walked the bases loaded. First hitter. Walked a man with the bases loaded, I should say.
Yep. He inherited the bases loaded and let them all score. Rangers winning that game 9-2. He contributed. 2-2 to Napoli. Called strike 3 on that 12-6 curveball. So Wright gives up the single to Young. No runs, 1 left. We go to the 9th. It's still 4-3 Seattle. John Radigan.
Yeah, Dave, thanks very much. Down here on the set of Rangers Live. We're near Section 10 at Rangers Ballpark in Arlington. And why not have this game end in a nail-biting fashion? Perhaps in the Rangers' last at-bat, like virtually every game of the homestand has. We'll be here afterwards to celebrate or commiserate about this one, and we'll have lots of help to do it. Rick Renner joins me, Mark McLemore, and of course we'll have Dave and Tom's thoughts on the end of the homestand as well. Stay with us. Rangers Live comes your way immediately following the game. Guys, back up to you.
All right, John, we look forward to it. And with the off day tomorrow, Neftali Feliz in the 9th inning, which the Rangers actually trail 4-3.
Well, we saw Neffy come in last night, and in addition to his fastball, throw a lot of breaking balls. 5 or 6 of them, really, that helped him get through the inning. And so let's see if he continues to use that strategy tonight.
Gutierrez 2 for 4. Then Wells and Seager scheduled. Yeah, he starts in with a good fastball strike. Feliz last night facing the top of the order. Got Ichiro to fly out. Wilson to ground out. Walked Ackley. Struck out Karp. Took the win. The Rangers run in the 9th inning to improve his record to 2-3. And there's the breaking pitch. And Feliz talked with Benji Molina before the game last night. Benji visiting the clubhouse before throwing out the first pitch and being awarded his American League Championship ring last night. And Benji really drove home the need to go to his breaking stuff, his secondary stuff, and not just throw fastball after fastball. And Feliz before this game on Brian Dolgan's warm-up show on the radio side confirmed that that is exactly what he intends to do from now on. So that may be a really important moment in the season. Who knows, maybe the career Feliz, if that gets him to kind of turn that page and become a more complete pitcher.
Well, he threw more breaking balls last year than he was throwing this year, and look what it did for his fastball. He started him off with a fastball for a strike, threw him 2 curveballs, and then a fastball right by him. Now, if it's all fastballs, there's a good chance that same swing doesn't occur. Now, he may not drive the ball, he may not get a base hit, but he's going to have a better swing at it if all he saw was curveballs that time.
And as far as the Mariners are concerned, no doubt they don't know what all the fuss is about because they've never had a hit against Feliz. They are now 0 for 37 against him. This is his 14th appearance against Seattle. And he is 2-0. He is 6 for 6 in save opportunities. 12 1/3 shutout innings now. 3 walks, 15 strikeouts, 0 for 37. Wells has been aboard all 4 times tonight. Slider 1-1. He has walked twice, singled twice, and singled in the go-ahead run off O'Hara in the 7th.
If there's any thoughts, and who knows what will happen next year about Feliz becoming a starter, it's pretty obvious that he's going to have to throw off speed pitches. Definitely can't throw off fastballs as a starter.
Molina got him 2 last year. Convincing 2 this year. 97 there, just missed low. Not really.
Could have been a strike.
Two and 2. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th as the Rangers will try to put forth some more late game heroics as the bottom of the order due up. Torrealba, Moreland, and Murphy. Brandon League is standing in the Seattle bullpen, not throwing at the moment, loosening. And that's 2 up and 2 down on 2 swinging strikeouts for Neftali Feliz.
Yeah, it's pretty safe to say that the strategy is paying off. In the first batter, the curveball set up the fastball for strike 3, and in the second at bat, the curveball is strike 3. After the pitch before it hit 97 miles an hour. So if it took comments from Benji Molina, you know that's not the first time that Neftali has heard mix in your off-speed pitches. It's not a secret. It's not some incredible new strategy. But maybe it was the voice of Benji Molina who caught him last year. That was the final straw where it finally sunk in and he realized that is true. I do have to go out and do that.
Have you seen that happen with other guys? Just it takes one certain source.
Well, I can look at all 3 of my kids, and not necessarily to throw curveballs or fastballs, but in a lot of things in their life. they hear it from their parents, and you know, they're polite. Maybe they do it, maybe they don't. But then maybe they hear it from a little league coach, maybe they hear it from a teacher at school, and it has more weight.
Center field, but room out there for Josh Hamilton at the edge of the track, and it's a 1-2-3 ninth inning for Neftali Feliz, and the Mariners are now 0 for 39 against the Ranger closer. More heroics, we'll see. Southwest is brought to you by Southwest Airlines' new Rapid Rewards, unlimited reward seats and no blackout dates. By the Progressive Insurance Group. For money-saving car insurance quote, call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE today. And by your Texas Ford dealers, check out the Ford F-150 and drive one. Ford is the best in Texas. Neftali Feliz with 2 strikeouts and a fly gets this into the bottom of the 9th inning. 4-3 Seattle. All-star closer Brandon League on to try and keep the Mariners from being swept for the 3rd time this year by the Rangers.
Well, he's a tough assignment. He throws, 96 to 98 miles an hour, a sinker, and he's got a good splitter. When he's at the top of his game, really difficult to hit. So the Rangers have a tough assignment here in the 9th inning to sneak in a run, make it one more comeback. And a real nice development the last couple of nights watching Neffy pitch.
Strike one to Torrealba. 1 for 3. Infield single. Leading off the 5th inning, and he scored on the Kinsler 2-run tying home run. Against League, however, he is 0 for 5. Maybe a few more where that came from would help. League 3rd in the league with those 26 saves. He went 24 games without a single opportunity from July 5th through the 29th in that 17-game losing streak. Last 29 games, though, he is 17 for 18 and 0.64 earned run average. That's 2 earned runs in 28 1/3 innings, and the Rangers trying to come up with 2 to take another one in walk-off fashion. It will be a very tall order, even with the rally caps. Two and 2 to Yorvit. Moreland next, and he's also 0 for 5 against League with 3 strikeouts. And then it would be Murphy, who is 1 for 8 against him. Here's a start. Leadoff single by Yorvit Torrealba.
Well, he went to an off-speed pitch. Looked like a slider. Instead of a 98-mile-an-hour sinker, He hung him a slider, and Yorvi ripped it into left field. It might have been a splitter. Maybe it was a splitter. Anyway, it was something off speed, up, and it allowed Yorvi to get the good part of the bat on the ball. Hard hit ball.
And Andy Chavez will run it first as the potential tying run. So Torrealba tonight 2 for 4 with the run scored. Now Moreland 0 for 3. First time up, robbed by a nice play by the second baseman Ackley. And lays down an excellent bunt, league with only the play at first base.
Well, he doesn't bunt a lot, but he squared around and he got the bunt down. You know, interestingly enough, a couple of days ago, the Rangers didn't work out on the field. But Ron Washington is down there throwing batting practice to all the hitters, and they were all working on their bunting, working on their sacrifice bunting. And maybe that's the reason why Mitch squared around. A mechanically sound sacrifice bunt got the job done. We don't see that very often in the course of the season, but there was 105 degrees out there, and you look down at the field, and all the Ranger regulars are down there working on their bunting.
Second of his season and career for Mitch Moreland. Now here is Murphy. 0 for 3. And the speedy Andy Chavez, the former Mariner, the tying run in scoring position. 1 out here in the bottom of the ninth. Can the Rangers do it again? Outside corner for strike 1 to Murphy. Saw that pitch in his 3-pitch strikeout. Looked at strike 3 back in the 7th. He's grounded to third and fouled out to third. It is, however, remember the 1-year anniversary. One of his biggest hits in a Ranger uniform. The walk-off hit in the 10th inning off of Mariano Rivera. Beating the Yankees 4-3. A ball and 2 strikes. In the on-deck circle, Ian Kinsler, who has walked twice, singled, and tied the game with a 2-run homer in the 5th. Center field, and in the air long enough for an easy play for Franklin Gutierrez. And it comes down to Kinsler.
They haven't got Ian out all night long. Home run, single, and a couple of walks. Scored a run, driven in 2. Had the big 2-run homer that tied the game. Can you do it again? All it takes is a base hit this time.
Kinsler against Brandon League is 1 for 7 with a couple of walks, 3 strikeouts. One of his best nights, though, going. Last night, remember, also a 2-run homer. Two-one pitch in the 5th. 2 outs. Torrealba aboard, 365 feet just over the inner wall and left. Number 18 of the year.
Boy, that's a good sinker, 98 miles an hour. That is virtually an unhittable pitch. It looks like a splitter the way it dropped at the end, only it's 98 miles an hour.
Well, another one he laid off, but it's in there, and it's 1-2, and the Rangers are down to their final strike.
That's actually some pretty good discipline right there. And Ian said to himself, that last pitch was unhittable, and there it was again, and he took it, but that time it was just a little bit higher. Lee got the called strike on it.
Line drive, but hooking foul.
He's been hanging that off-speed pitch every time he's thrown it. Hasn't thrown a good one yet. It's what Torrealba hit. It's right up in the strike zone, but it's a change of speed. It's tough to stay on it when you're looking for a 98-mile-an-hour fastball. He got away with it. There's no doubt about that.
Friday night and last night, Josh Hamilton providing the walk-off heroics. Can it happen again? League's 1-2 pitch, grounded to third, and Seager ends the game, and the Mariners avoid being swept for the third time this year by the Rangers as they hang on for a 4-3 victory as Brandon League nails down his 27th save in 31 opportunities.
Well, he had the 98-mile-an-hour sinker working, but he tried that off-speed pitch a couple of times in that inning, and he almost got burned on it, but he came through with his 27th save.
Not that many chances to celebrate of late for the Mariners. They improved to 50-60.